Greetings and salutation, YouTube. Thomas L here. It's Thursday. That means it's time to talk about the new movies opening this week. All right. First film I'm going to talk about is Shazam, which is the new latest DC movie. And man, Shazam looks awesome. It looks really fun. Zachary Levi, him as the role Shazam, should be interesting to watch. You also got Ash Asia from Andy Mac fame as Billy Batson. Jack Dylan Grazer from It is in this. You also got Mark Strong playing the villain. Dodgemon Hansu, who's been big with the comic book lately. I mean, he was just in Captain Marvel, Aquaman. Now this boy, that guy's big when it comes to comic book now. But anyway, I gotta say, this movie looks. I'm definitely check this one out when it comes out. I mean, it's directed by David F. Sandberg, who's more known of a horror guy. I mean, he's directed Annabelle Creation, Lights Out. It'll be interesting to see how good he does with a film like this. I mean, hey, if James Wan, a man behind horror films like The Conjuring and all, could do great with Aquaman, I'm sure David F. Sandberg would do great with us. So. Also out this week, there is Pet Cemetery, which is of course based on a book by Stephen King, which also got turned into shape of a movie back in 1989, and also a sequel as well in 1992 or not one I think it was, but anyway. But Pet Cemetery looks great. I mean, you got Jason Clarke, you even have John Lithgow, two really great actors here. It looks really creepy. The cat looks also very creepy. If you who knows if that cat will be out the cat from Captain Marvel as one of the best cats of the year? But yeah, I'm definitely interested in checking out the new Pet Cemetery. And also, after seeing the It remake, I'm down to see another new adaptation of another Stephen King classic. So there's that. Also, out this week, there's a film called The Best of Enemies, which is based on a true story and centers on the unlikely relationship between Anne Atwater and C.P. Ellis. Anne Atwater was a outspoken civil rights activist, while C.P. Ellis was a local Ku Klux Klan leader who chaired a community summit battling over desegregations of schools in Durham, North Carolina during the racially charged summer of 1971. This looks interesting. I mean, I do love me a good true story film. And I also like both Taraji P. Henson and Sam Rockwell. They're both really great. This looks like it could be something really interesting to watch. I mean, once again, Sam Rockwell is playing a racist character. Because in Three Billboards, his character was also technically racist. So, interesting typecasting, I guess. But anyway, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to check this one out. I mean, Taraji P. Henson, I'll watch her in anything. I mean, heck, I suffered through Acrimony just because she was in it. So I'll definitely give this one a shot. Also out this week is a film called High Life, which stars Robert Pattinson as a character named Monte, who him and his daughter and his baby daughter are the last survivors of a damn and dangerous mission to the outer reaches of the solar system. And so, like the crew, death row inmates led by a doctor named, played by Julia Binoche, with sinister motives, has vanished. And so, as the mystery of what happened on board the ship is unraveled, father and daughter, must rely on each other to survive as they hurtle towards the oblivion of a black hole. A staggering and primal film about love and intimacy, suffused with astonished memories of a lost Earth. The movie is the English language directing debut of Claire Denis, who's more known for French films. So this is actually her first English language film. I really want to see this. I mean, Robert Pattinson, that guy is a terrific actor. I know lots of people saying will probably say, "Oh, the guy from Twilight." Oh, let me tell you something. Stuff I've been seeing Robert Pattinson he's been great in stuff I've seen him in, and this looks no different. I mean, the guy is pretty much one of the best actors working today. I'm not even kidding there. So, I mean, if you guys still haven't seen him in Good Time, do yourself a favor, watch him in Good Time. Then you'll see how good of an actor that guy could be. But anyway, yeah, I'm really interested in checking out High Life. I mean, it looks like a really interesting sci-fi type film. So, and not to mention Andre Benjamin from 3000, from Outcast is in this. So there's that. There's also a film out this week called Peterlo, which is directed by acclaimed and Oscar-nominated filmmaker Mike Lee, who also last directed that movie Mr. Turner with Timothy Spall. This film, portrays one of the bloodiest episodes in British history, which is the infamous Peterloo Massacre of 1819, where government-backed cavalry charged into a peaceful crowd of 80,000 that gathered in Manchester, England, to demand democratic reform. This kind of looks pretty interesting. The film was actually supposed to be released back in November, though, but they kind of delayed it. Which is interesting. I kind of thought this movie would probably get some Oscar love and all, but I don't know if it's probably going to get any Oscar love, but who knows? Sorry. Also out this week is a Aretha Franklin documentary called Amazing Grace. Now this is interesting because the movie is directed by Tootsie director Sidney Pollack, and I was really I thought that was pretty weird because Sidney Pollack passed away in 2008, but then I found out that this documentary was shot in the 70s during Aretha Franklin's concert tour. So, and I guess they haven't released it yet, so they decided to release it now and all. So, but anyway, I think this was like a really interesting doc. I mean, Aretha Franklin, she was a music legend. Sad she passed away. Yeah, she was really great. Sidney Pollack is an iconic director. I mean, come on. So yeah, I'm definitely interested to check this one out. I mean, of course, it's gonna be called Amazing Grace after one of her hit songs, Amazing Grace. Funny, there's a biopic about Aretha Franklin coming out next year called Respect, which is of course based on her. Which of course the name Respect is one of her songs, so there's that. But anyway, yeah, I'm interested in checking out Amazing Grace. I mean, I think it could be something pretty interesting. Also, at this week, there's a film called The Public, which stars and is directed by Emilio Estevez, and here's what The Public is about. In The Public, an unusually bitter Arctic blast has made its way to downtown Connecticut and the front doors of the public library where the action of the film takes place. At odds with library officials over how to handle the extreme weather event, some homeless patrons turn in the building into a shelter for the night by staging an occupy stand. What begins as an act of civil disobedience becomes a standoff with police and a rush to judgment media constantly speculating about what's really happening. This David versus Goliath story takes some of our nation's most challenging issues, homelessness and mental illness, and sets the drama inside a public library. And what makes it funny is that the movie is directed by Emil Estevez, who, if you recall, was in Breakfast Club, where he, of course, was in a library for detention. So I kind of find that pretty funny that he's back in another movie about libraries. And the cast in this, like the cast at Male Estevez Ensemble, is great. Like the cast list includes Jenna Malone, Taylor Schilling is in this. Who else? You also got Alec Baldwin, Micah K. Williams is in this. I mean, the list goes on and on. It's a really interesting cast. Oh, not to mention Gabrielle Union is in this show. I mean, yeah, again, Emil Estevez is pretty good at summing casts. I mean, if you guys still never seen the movie Bobby, he put a really great cast together in that. So I'm really curious to see this one. I mean, I've really dug the trailer that got released. It looks really great. Looks really funny. Looks like it's gonna have some heart to it. I'm definitely looking forward to check this one out when it premieres. Also, out this week, there's a film called The Wind. Here's what it's about. An unseen evil hunts the homestead in this chilling folkloric tale of madness, paranoia, and otherworldly terror. In it, Lizzie, played by Kathleen Gerard, is a tough, resourceful frontierswoman settling a remote stretch of land on the 19th century American frontier. Isolated from civilization in a desolate wilderness where the wind never stops howling, she begins to sense a sinister presence that seems to be born of the land itself. An overwhelming dread that her husband, played by Ashley Zuckerman, dismisses as superstition when a newlywed couple arrives on a nearby homestead, their presence amplifies Lizzie's fears, settling into motion a shocking chain of events. I've saw the trailer for this. It looks interesting. Like it looks creepy. I'll probably give this one a shot, maybe online or TV or whatever. So, all right. Also open this week. There's oh god, this movie looks so bad. Opening this week is a film called The Haunting of Sharon Tate. Now here's what it's about. Based on one of Hollywood's most chilling murder cases, the spellbinding thriller follows 26-year-old actress Sharon Tate, played by Hilary Duff, who's a rising star about to have her first baby with her husband, director Roman Polanski. Plagued by terrifying premonitions, Sharon sees her worst nightmares come to life with the appearance of Charles Manson and his deadly cult. This looks awful. I mean, and for one, the reviews aren't that great either. Like it has, it's in the 20 or 35 range. I mean, I've always been a Hilary Duff fan, but oh yeah, she's gonna need a new agent after this. I mean, I kind of miss seeing Hilary Duff in movies though. I mean, she's of course did Lizzie McGuire movie. She did Cheap by a Dozen. Cadet Kelly, who did I love Cadet Kelly. I mean, come on. But this does not look great for her career. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna skip this and wait for that Quentin Tarantino one because this year there's like not one but three movies, technically based on the Charles Manson stuff. There's this. There's a movie called Charles Says with Matt Smith that comes out in May. And to top it off, there's the aforementioned Quentin Tarantino movie, which I'm hyped for. So yeah, this should be an interesting film. There's also some film out this week called The Headhunter. I don't know much about this. It's about like a medieval warrior who goes around hunting monsters that dread mankind. Through his like many battles, he's been able to amass a collection of composed of the heads of his victims. And so, like to finish his collection, he searches for the monster that killed his daughter years ago. Yeah, I don't really know a whole lot about that, so I can't really comment on it to be honest yet. But maybe it could be a good film. Also, at this week, there's a film called Storm Boy, which is like a sorry about that, which is a retelling of Colin Till's classic Australian tale. Storm Boy has grown up to be Micah Kingsley, a successful retired businessman and grandfather. And so when Kingsley, starts to see images from his past that he can't explain, he is like forced to remember his long forgotten childhood. And so growing up on a isolated coastline with his father, he recounts to his granddaughter the story, of how as a boy he rescued and raised an extraordinary orphan pelican named Mr. Percival, and their remarkable adventures are very special. And a very special bond has profound effects on all their lives. The film also stars. Anyway, the film also stars Jeffrey Rush. His actor name Finn. Can't remember his actual name, but I know his first name is Finn something. And also Jai Courtney is in this, who could be good once in a while. So I'll probably give this one a shot. Maybe not in theaters, but I don't know, probably on TV or whatever. There's also some film out this week called Division 19, which is a dystopian drama set in the future where mass incarceration has led to prisons becoming online entertainment portals where viewers decide what the felons eat, where read, as well as when they fight. I don't know much about that, so yeah. All right. Also, at this week, there's a film called Berserk, which stars Nick Cannon, Reese Wakefield, a few other folks. In Berserk, Rafi Rivers is a faded movie star in need of a career revival, and so like his friend Evan has never tasted success. So both believe their zombie script will provide the breakthrough they so desperately need. If only they could finish the damn thing. When Evan realizes that neither has felt true fear, the pair set out to trick each other into feeling it. And so, like, the events turn deadly serious as a prank goes wrong and a surprise visitor is killed. In the frantic aftermath of the friends must, keep their cool as they decide how best to hide the body. And so, like, this is made infinitely more difficult by hallucinatory drugs and ex-girlfriend cleaning police officers and a pack of hungry coyotes. And so, like throughout the chaos, Rafi and Evan, still valiantly attempt to finish the script. I gotta say, this looks pretty weird and interesting. I do like Nick Cannon. I mean, he's pretty decent once in a while, and I mean, of course, he's best known for Nickelodeon and stuff. He's also best known for stuff like America's Got Talent. He was really great in the aforementioned movie Bobby and Chirac. I mean, it's always nice seeing Nick Cannon pop up and stuff. So there's that. So yeah, I'll probably give this one a shot when it comes out. And it's also directed by actor Reese Wakefield, who also appeared in The Purge. So there's that. There's also a film out this week called Catching Sight of Delma and Louise, which is a powerful and magnetic and it like dives on and it's about the pretty much I guess you could say it's about like the making and location stuff about the classic Delma and Louise movie. I love Delma and Louise. That's probably one of my favorite really Scott movies. It's a classic. I mean, Susan Sarandon, Gina Davis, really great film. So I'll probably check out a documentary about it. That should be interesting. And finally, out this week, well, not really in theaters, but actually, all of the films I listed are all the movies that's coming in theaters this week. But if you guys don't feel like going to theaters or whatever, and you want to stay home and watch something on Netflix, the film that's premiering on Netflix this week is a film called Unicorn Store, which stars and is directed by Brie Larson. Brie Larson, who of course is hot right now with Captain Marvel and all. Anyway, in this, Brie Larson plays Kit, who's a lonely 20-something dreamer who to leave the comfort of childhood and fully embrace adulthood. But when art school sends her packing, she is forced to move back in with her parents, played by Joan Cusack and Bradley Whitford, and she ends up taking a temp job in a boring office. And just when she resolves to finally put her Care Bears aside and grow up, a mysterious salesman played by Lawson's Captain Marvel co-star Sam Jackson enters Kit's life and offers to give her a childlike heart. I mean, I think this looks interesting. I'm a big Brie Larson fan. I thought she was great in Captain Marvel, so I'm really interested to see how good her directorial debut is. I'm a big Sam Jackson fan, so I'm definitely gonna check him out on this. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it could be something pretty interesting, and I mean, it looks like it's gonna have some jokes in it, some heart. I mean, it looks like it's gonna be a movie about growing up and all that. I'm definitely down to check this out, and I mean, it's always nice to see a film that's direct that where an actor makes their directorial debut, and I'm interested to see how good Brie Larson does as a director because she's a good actress, but I'm curious to see her to see how good she could be as a filmmaker. So yeah, that should be an interesting one to watch on Netflix. Anyway, let me leave to you guys. What movies are you interested in checking out this week? Drop a comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is Tom Sells signing off.